Hello, my name is Edwin.
What up, y'all? It's Jeff.
And this is Frantic. What is up, boys? What is up?
And
We had
are
a
tilted,
long
not
weekend.
stirred.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tilted, not stirred. Can't forget that.
Yep. That's
We
the
can't
name of the
forget
podcast.
Yeah, rate us 5 stars if you like this.
But yeah, long weekend. You guys do anything crazy?
It was a chill weekend and a fun 4th of July.
Very cool.
Crazy. Yes, I went to Taco Bell this weekend. Something that I have
Wow.
not done in like 5 years. Yeah, I went to Taco Bell to try a brand new thing that you could only order online.
Ooh, stay tuned after the intro for that one, folks.
For a
Oh,
taco
it's
for a
gonna be
Taco Bell
spicy.
for a Taco Bell
Taco Bell.
sponsorship ad read.
Yeah, there you go.
Give us a Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh god. With what was it, a Chihuahua back in the day?
Yeah,
It's a
little
little
Chihuahua.
mascot.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna roll the intro. So let's go ahead and do that. Jesus, I feel like you unlocked a new memory. Or like a memory that was stored very, very deep into the files, Edwin.
That
Yeah.
little Chihuahua.
This,
Little
yeah, that
Chihuahua.
damn Chihuahua.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
I had a little stuffed animal of that where like you push the button and it would say Yo quiero Taco Bell. It was
All right, yeah.
anyways.
So let me set the scene, right? This thing could only be got this object in the
That's
menu.
English, dude.
Yeah. This object in the menu can only be placed online and you could only eat it at a specific location. And that location is the Irvine one, very close to the Taco Bell headquarters. That is the only place that you can buy this concoction they have made.
Well, what is
So,
it?
last time I was at Taco Bell was because of the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Solid.
right? I wanted to try that out. And it delivered. It was pretty good. It's just a fucking taco with, cheese seasoning, whatever. This time around, it was a Cheez-It tostada.
A Cheez-It tostada.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a giant Cheez-It that then they
Holy
put
fuck.
the Taco Bell good stuff on it.
Good saying good stuff is I might be
I
exaggerating.
mean,
The
a bit
ground
there.
beef mixed with
trademark-
all the other stuff.
the
Yeah.
trademark
Mystery
Taco
meat.
Bell.
Let's
Yeah.
call it that.
I mean, the trademark Taco Bell-ness. They just added it on top, and then you just eat the Cheez-It with the stuff on top, right? Now, the only reason I went is because my girlfriend's brother really likes Taco Bell. That's his shit. So he's really excited about this. So, I tag along with them, and we go and get this thing. We ordered it online at the parking lot before we walk in, and there were the last couple like Cheez-It tostadas, right? Everybody that walked in while we were there was agitated. They wanted this thing, and the workers there were just like, "Nah, like we don't have it. Stop asking. And we don't have it." So I walk up.
Was it because they ran out or because they needed to be ordered ahead of time?
You had to be
Both, I'm
ordered-
assuming.
Yeah, you had to order it online. So to stir the shit, I go up to a guy and I say, "Hey, order it online on the website, not the app." And he's like, "What do you mean?" Like, what? He looks at me like, "Why are you approaching me?" And I was just like, "Dude, I'm just giving you friendly
You're gonna be
advice."
like, hey man, just trust me on this.
Yeah.
This is some drug dealer shit right here.
Just
Like, hey
trust
man,
me. Hey,
I got the
So,
good shit
yeah,
outside.
you're gonna like the way you feel.
So then I walk to my table, right? And he like calls everybody that he's with. He's like, "Yo, this guy just told me this, right?" And they all look
Uh-oh.
over and they see me eating the Cheez-It tostada. Now I'm feeling like I don't even fucking like this place, but I'm here eating this bullshit that everybody's so excited about. Whatever. They all come up. They all come up to us and they're like, "Hey, let me see it." And I'm like, "Here it is, bro. This is it. This is what you want, right?" And then they all like get online real quick and order the last 3. There was only 3 of them. They ordered the last 3. They're all fucking happy as shit. And the people behind them are like, yo, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell us, like, what was up? You know, they're giving me looks. Like, what the fuck, dude? And some of the guys were just there constantly. They knew the text, so they were just there, just trying to get it. They never got it. But this lady was like, thank you for telling us, right? She was sitting behind us, and she's like, thank you for telling us. We got the thing.
You're a good guy, Edwin.
You know, I try to be.
I don't care what anybody says about you. You're a good guy.
But yeah, it was madness how crazy people were going over this cheese tostada thing. And you know, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like Taco Bell or their whole thing, right? But while I was there, I was like, yo, the beefy 5-layer burrito was like kept me alive through college sometimes. You know, I would be starving and shit, and it was $2 or less than $2. And that's it. And so I ordered one out of nostalgia. Tastes like shit, but you know what? We just got to do it out of nostalgia.
It's some of the best shitty food for sure. Like you
Hell
already know what
no.
it is, but you go and you get exactly what it is.
Hard to disagree, dude. You want good shitty food, you gotta stick with the classics, my guy. The Golden Arches.
The Golden Arches.
the Crunchwrap
Mickey
Supreme,
D's, brother.
Crunchwrap Supreme never did it for you, Jeff.
God, dude. No, I've had Taco Bell once and it was disgusting. Why eat something at Taco Bell when I can eat the same thing at home at a better quality?
I don't know. I don't eat that shit at
wow.
home. I don't eat that shit at home, so
I don't either, but I'm just saying. Like it's basic. It's not even Mexican food.
Well,
you know,
you don't go to Taco Bell to eat Mexican food.
no, you don't go there at all for that. You go for their.
I wouldn't go to Taco Bell. I would go to McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The taco seasoning on the ground beef is pretty primo, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Sometimes it hits.
Then you can buy that. You know, they sell that as like
shit.
seasoning packets, right? You can just buy that. Put it on actual ground beef.
Well, I mean, I'm not I know I'm defending them here, but that's the stance you forced me to take here.
Jeff is taking
And
the
I
entire
want you to go-
convenience away of fast food.
Yeah.
It's like why would you ever eat fast food when you can just cook the thing? It's like, well, using that argument, like
No, I'm saying, why would you ever go to a shitty fast food restaurant when you can go to a slightly better fast food restaurant?
Well, the fuck, dude, you just made that argument over McDonald's.
Yeah, that's why. Get McDonald's instead.
Why are you
No,
I'm loving
yucking the
That's
yum, dude?
That's a shitty fast food restaurant.
I'd
Why-
rather go to Del Taco.
Why go to
honestly.
McDonald's when
Del
you can
Taco.
Ooh,
That's a place
that's
I've
a
never
bad-
really been.
That's a bad take.
Bro, the Double Dells?
That's a horrible take.
I kind of need to try Del Taco. I
It's
never
a
had the
shit
food
take.
there,
No,
and there's one like 2 blocks from my house.
you don't need it. Dude.
According to their commercials, they are the #1 fast food taco.
You don't need it.
Ooh, that's
No
a bold
one-
statement. I might need to try
Yes.
it.
No one needs to try Del Taco.
I'll report back next week on the Del Taco.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
So, what you guys do for 4th of July?
I did nothing. I went to a brewery. I went to a new brewery. It was one in Anaheim called Brewery X. And this thing was massive. It was huge. It was probably the biggest brewery I ever been to. They had outdoor seating. They had like 2 areas for indoor seating. They had the entire warehouse in there. They had spaces for like food trucks, and it was just like, holy crap, this place is huge. It felt like a compound. It was awesome. Brewery X. I recommend it to anybody who likes breweries and all that jive. Brewery X is good. It's called Huck Be a Lady. It's a hazy IPA with huckleberry. Amazing. And then the other one I had was Saturdays for the Boys, and that one was an ale with boysenberry. Excellent beers.
I like the names.
Yeah. The names are pretty creative. They're pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know why I hadn't heard of this brewery before. But yeah, good stuff. And they were open on 4th of July, which was a big bonus.
Did they have a fireworks display or anything like that?
Nah, I left. We left early. Didn't really feel like celebrating this year. Every year it's kind of been like the excitement of 4th of July has decreased. I still wore like a shirt that like with like American flag and the hat and everything, but like that's about it. Didn't really go too crazy with the Independence Day. What about you guys?
Oh yeah, mine was pretty fucking American, dude. For dinner, we ate burgers and hot dogs. And then my cousin, she brought her kid over, and he's like, I think he's turning 4 this year. So like, it's always nice to have fireworks for children, right?
Uh-huh.
And so it's just because seeing them enjoy the fireworks is enjoyment enough. And she brought fireworks, and it was a good time. The neighbors across the street, they had their own fireworks, right? And at first they were just kind of lighting them in front of their own yard. But once they saw us come out and they saw that we had a kid, they like shifted their setup like towards in front of our house.
Mm-hmm.
And like they put like this big display on for him, and it was really nice to see because they had a lot of fireworks.
Beautiful.
And it was very communal, you know, because it was us, the neighbors across the street, and then there was another set of neighbors that at first were doing their fireworks in the backyard, but once they saw us in the front, they came there too. So it was like 4 different households just outside lighting fireworks together.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good times.
That's amazing.
Good times.
That's
Beautiful.
That's awesome. I've always
that might be what Independence Day is all about right there.
Good times. I felt very
nice.
patriotic, and it was very, very nice to see a child terrified of a sparkler the first time he holds one, and by the end he's doing double circles with 2.
Hey, that was us too. Back when we were kids, the first time with those
Yeah, it's like-
sparklers.
Yeah, you're handing me a fucking ball of fire. What the fuck is this?
For July 4th, I was skating around, looking for good parking lots to skate in. It was really fun.
Trying to dodge the security. I see you.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was actually like it's been a rewarding endeavor. It's scary as shit, but I've really enjoyed myself.
Have you climbed over any fences for some like sick spots?
No, not
skated
yet.
at schools.
Not yet, but we have the skater eyes now. You look at something, and you're like, oh shit, I can skate over there. Dude.
I can totally do that.
I can skate
Yeah.
over there. Like, oh, dude, that shit has a little nice downhill. Oh my god, let's go over there. Let's hit that shit up. Anyways, we go.
Get the camera. Get the tripod. Let's
Hey,
do
yo,
this.
yeah, I'm thinking about doing a line right here. Just follow me. Yeah, it's gonna be great. That was pretty fun. We went to Micro Center. That was cool. Micro Center gave me a free SSD, 256 gigabytes.
Ooh.
Just
Shit!
just for going. That was pretty
It's
fun.
a nice boot drive you got there potentially.
Dude, I almost went this weekend as well, but it's too much temptation. I'm gonna upgrade my computer if I go, so I'd rather not go.
I
Yeah,
had
all their supplies back. Ooh, get yourself a
Every-
3080.
Dude, 3080s everywhere. All of the fucking Radeons everywhere. I just didn't know any MSRP. Like everything was so ridiculous for a very long time that I didn't know what the fuck was MSRP, and I was just looking at these things like, huh, this is crazy.
The things are pretty close already. If you buy them
Yeah.
now, it's like the best deal that for like the past year, basically.
Yeah, but
But,
went to Micro Center. We were looking for buns for hot dogs this July 4th, and there was a global shortage around our area in Palm Desert.
Wow.
Global shortage
Global
around Palm
shortage.
Desert.
Global shortage around Palm Desert. It was insanity in the streets.
You know what's actually sad? The sriracha shortage.
There's a sriracha shortage.
Dude,
oh hell yeah!
I've
I
gone
still got
to
a bottle.
I've been to a couple stores and no sriracha. A global sriracha shortage in the IE in the
That's-
Inland Empire.
That's
Global
insane. I'd
shortage.
argue it's one of the best condiments. I'll
It
put that-
is top tier.
I'll put that right up there with mustard.
Oh well, you lost me there. But yeah, sriracha and hot dog buns were global shortages this year, as reported
In our
by,
area.
by Tilton Outstered.
Yeah, so we had to go with some fancy ass brioche buns because the
Ooh.
regular basic bitch white bread buns were out.
Hey, you paid double, but yeah, but you know that shit was great.
It felt ridiculous. They didn't open on the side. You know how regular buns open on the side. This thing was a little French bread, like brioche bun, right? It was in that shape of a French bread, but the slice was at the very top. So you inserted the hot dog at the top.
What the?
Yeah, it was weird as shit. Super weird.
This is
but,
America. You're doing it wrong, man.
it was pretty good. It tasted pretty right.
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
So no fireworks then?
Nah. We just watched some fireworks that were off in like center, like a park area over there.
No, okay.
And they popped off. We just kind of saw them from the driveway. Yeah, let's talk about challenges. What's up? What have you guys been up to? The return of challenges.
The return of challenges. What was it?
So the challenges were to swim, watch the shittiest movie of all time, where like
one of the shittiest movies of all time.
Yeah, really badly rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes, and bring 3 recommendations to the pod. So, let's start off with the shittiest movie of all time. That was for me and Frantic. What movie did you watch, if any?
I watched one of the greatest shitty movies of all time.
Ooh.
There's a meme for since release, basically, and still is to this day. Morbius.
Is Morbius on the list?
It wasn't.
But it will be.
You know what? I'll accept it.
Okay,
because it's
take it.
Morbius.
Okay, we'll take it. It's
take it.
It's Morbin.
It's
time.
Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. I watched Morbius, and it was worse than I was. I knew it was coming in. I had the expectation that it was going to be bad, so I'm like, okay, if it does anything good, that's like, kudos. That's positive. No, it was worse than I expected, so kind of sad. I rarely watch movies, and I feel like when I do watch them, I have a very how do I put it? Not like strict, but it's more like
high standards. You're a connoisseur.
Like I scrutinize the movie a lot. Like once I see logical lapses and shitty acting or like weird transitions and like plot holes, it's like I fixate on them kind of a little too much. And so it's really rare for me to like watch a movie the whole way through and be like, wow, that was great.
Dude, I'd argue
done.
the opposite. I feel like you watch a lot of movies and a lot of them are like the greatest movie of all time.
I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't know where you get that.
I know, but when you do watch them, you're like super hyped on. I mean,
well,
granted,
maybe back then, but
granted, the movies you do watch, they're pretty good movies. But
yeah, I only really watch them when they're like constantly being recommended, and at some point I just cave in and like, all right, fine, I'll watch it. Like I'm not the kind of folk that like watches every movie that comes out in theaters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Morbius, it was riddled with all the same kind of crap you see in a lot of these superhero movies, and it was weird because he was killing people. Well, I don't know. Is it?
He was killing
spoilers?
People to save them.
Is there like a spoiler alert?
Who cares?
It's a shitty movie.
Yeah. He kills some people, which were I guess like bad hombres, so maybe it's okay.
He's an anti-hero.
The movie made you feel like, well, he killed people, but they were bad, so it's okay. And you're just like, all right, I guess. And then it makes you believe that he killed innocent people, but then it turns out it's his like other crippled friend that also gets a hold of the serum, and then now he's a baddie. And so it's like two guys kind of fighting it out, and the fight's weird. The love interest that Morbius has is unfulfilling. All the powers and everything are just seems like they're unearned. I don't know. It was weird, but 3 out of 10.
What's your favorite part of the movie? How about that? Then don't say the end.
The credits. But
oh wait, I got one for that. Here we go. Okay. What did I like? My favorite part of the movie, and this is something that maybe a lot of people disliked, because I didn't really read a whole lot of reviews. I just saw more of like the reactions that people had. Um, did you guys see it?
No.
Okay, well, it's like this weird special effect that I hadn't really seen on other movies, where it's kind of like he because he's supposed to be moving super fast because he's like kind of like a vampire, and imagine behind him it's like a trail of wind, but the wind is like colored and like it's kind of interesting because you're seeing like airwaves and like kind of shit like that, and that I feel like that's kind of what put it apart from other movies. So like for example, if Morbius is gonna be in another movie, if I start seeing like this smoky stuff behind them and it's like all this like kind of color, like you'd have to see it to like understand what I'm talking about. Then I'll be like, okay, that's Morbius. So I like that they gave him something unique that I haven't seen in other characters before. Other than that, like yeah, the script was bad. The cops were cool in the movie. I guess okay, my favorite part of the movie is they take Morbius into custody, and the two cops of the two main investigators in the movie, one of the funnier guy, he sits down and he has like a little bottle of holy water, and the other guy's like, "Holy water, really?" And it's just like, "Yeah, it's triple blessed." And I took that as a joke, as like it's triple sec, because it looked like it was kind of like an alcoholic bottle. And so I took that as like a joke of like between triple sec and triple blessed. But anyways, that was basically it. Morbius was strange, and I don't know if anyone listening watched it as well and they can concur on some things, but not a movie I'll recommend, but a movie I'll say you have to watch to kind of understand why.
So
Yeah.
does he say it's Morbin time?
He does not.
Damn.
He does say I am Venom for some reason,
Oh,
which is kind of weird. But yeah.
foreshadowing maybe.
Yeah, they're supposed to. I mean, they even had like the what's his name, the Vulture, I think, from the second Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland.
First.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Was it the first one? I'll take your word for it. Sure. So the Vulture guy, he like pops up in their like timeline for some odd ass reason, and I'm sure it's connected some way, shape or another. But yeah, it was weird because the movie was over. You know how they do the whole credits thing, and then the Vulture and Morbius meet up in the middle of nowhere, and the Vulture's like, "Yeah, you know what, guys like us, we should team up." And Morbius is like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then the movie's over. It's like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck is it? Anyways, 3 out of
Cool.
10,
Cool.
and 3 is generous.
I watched Jack and Jill by Adam Sandler.
By Adam Sandler, acted by Adam Sandler, by
Directed by
Produced-
Adam Sandler.
Produced and directed by Adam Sandler.
Written.
multiple
that-
characters. Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
All right, so that movie, I went into it and I said, if I get a single laugh out of this movie, it would have been worth it. That's it. That was my only requirement.
Please tell me you laughed.
The little boy in the movie has random lines, you know, and one of them caught me off guard. Like, oh, cool, that's cool. But it made me smile. I didn't laugh, but it made me smile. So I would count that as a win. Now, in the movie, Adam Sandler plays himself as two different people. You know, it's a twin movie, so he's both twins. One of them is a woman and one of them is a man. So the man, Adam Sandler, is very like straight and to the point and like angry all the time,
Nice.
right? And the woman Adam Sandler is just very sweet, very like kooky, and like that was literally their dynamic. He didn't like her because she was too kooky, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes over to their family's house because she's visiting, and Adam Sandler has a fit. The whole time he's being fucking insufferable, right? But the entire time, the woman Adam Sandler is insufferable herself, not because of the way she's acting, but because the incessant need for Adam Sandler to do a woman voice the entire time. And it's like really shitty woman voice, like I am Adam Sandler, blah blah blah. Like the entire fucking movie is that. It's like really grating to your ears the entire movie.
Oh my word.
She's the other half of the movie, and that's literally all you hear. It's just, God damn it. So the characters are fucking strange. Adam Sandler's son in the movie is an Indian boy who tapes things to himself. That's not explained. He just randomly tapes hamsters, seagulls, random bullshit to himself, and like
Okay.
that's the joke. I don't know.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the movie was she goes lives with his family, but his family ends up really liking her because she's available. She's there. Where Adam Sandler is a successful director, whatever, he's unavailable to his family, and therefore they kind of like him. So she teaches him to be more present in his family's life. That the way I describe this movie right now sounds like, hey, you know,
There's
that's
a
a pretty
moral. Yeah.
that's a pretty decent moral to the story. Now Adam Sandler thought the same way. He probably thought, man, I'm so fucking smart for doing this. Like, this is such a great fucking premise of the movie. God damn it, it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Did it feel like the entire movie was like a parody of something else?
Yeah, all of the lines didn't land. It was disgusting. It was miserable. So, yeah, thank you, Jeff, for that challenge.
You're very welcome.
It was fucking miserable.
You know, in Adam Sandler's defense, he has basically said that he just all those Happy Madison movies that he does now are just a paycheck to him. He deliberately says that this is just a paycheck. I don't give a fuck how it comes out.
Well, I heard a recent interview where he said when you're making, like, the reason when he got Happy Madison, right? He wanted to make his own movies with his friends, right? He didn't want producers or executives telling him how to, like, to rein him in, which was what they were doing to him in his successful movies, right? They reined in the weirdness so that it's more palatable for everybody else. Now, he said in this interview, while you're doing, it's a recent interview that he did, just like a month ago, while he was doing these movies, he believed in every single one of them, right? He thought, man, this is gonna hit. And when he didn't have that moderation from another party telling him, hey, this isn't gonna work, that's what happens. You get Jack and Jill, you get some fucking, I don't know what else he did during this moment. I think he did Pixels, right?
I don't even know. All those Netflix movies, though, right? Those are all
Yeah.
Happy Madison.
But I mean, he believes in the time he's doing them that they're gonna be successful, but you know what it is.
Damn. Well, I mean, he has a lot of really iconic movies, and for him to be doing movies like this for a while now, it kind of just maybe the first couple were like, what the hell? And now it's kind of just like, oh, it's another quirky Adam Sandler movie, whatever.
Well, to be fair, all his movies, right? He goes to a beautiful location to do them in, and he always gets himself like in the movie, like his wife is crazy hot. So
That is true. That is true. And look no further than Grown Ups.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who his wife was in Grown Ups.
Salma Hayek? How do you know?
Oh Jesus.
Bruh.
Okay.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. I mean he's doing whatever he feels is right. He's living his life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's earned that. But yeah, thanks Jeff for that shitty ass
Hey, I'm glad you guys had fun with it.
Yeah, it was
Omega.
cool. It was cool. It was cool.
Did anybody swim this
Yeah,
week?
swimming.
So I would like to bring up a review board.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know how to swim, so I didn't swim, and I didn't enter any large bodies of water. But even if I had done so, I don't know how to swim. So through a technicality, I could have never actually completed the challenge
You could have learned how to swim. It's not hard.
in a week. Come on,
You
come
can
on.
do
You
that
could-
in like 10 minutes.
Come on, man.
Could have taken your
I'm betting
first lesson, dude.
Yeah, no.
If you're really committed to winning this competition, you would have learned how to swim.
The scoreboard says I'm not. Sadly.
I didn't swim. So I
Disappointing.
guess we can just end it at that.
Wow, you guys suck.
The challenge sucked.
You literally could have. Okay, well, my challenges are usually very vague and like you can creatively do it. You didn't have to swim in water. You could have tried other things. But
So what you're saying is your challenges aren't creative.
no, they allow you guys to be creative with
So
completing
did you
it.
want me to just start stroking my arms wildly in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, I would have accepted it.
All right. So the last one. Did you guys bring 3 recommendations to the podcast?
Yes, I did.
I did as
Oh
well.
yeah. Let's do it, guys. Let's go. I want full descriptions, why you're recommending it. Let's go. Who's
I
starting?
mean, hey.
I say go Jeff. Jeff starts. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I brought a show as one of them. It's a show I've been recently rewatching. It's really fucking good. Every episode is good. They're all funny. Futurama. If you haven't watched it, or even if you haven't watched it in a while, if you're watching it now, it's a great show to go back and just, the jokes are funny. They're smart,
It's still relevant today.
and still relevant. Funny enough, I was watching yesterday, and coincidentally, I landed. The first episode I watched was the 4th of July. Was the Freedom Day episode, which it was just that they had like a Supreme Court case where they basically said, "Hey, this isn't protected." It was very relevant, shockingly relevant. So yeah, watch Futurama if you haven't. If you have, great show. It's on Hulu. Awesome show.
Okay.
So for my second one, it's a fast food restaurant that I've gotten very hyped on recently. Firehouse Subs. More specifically, the meatball marinara. That is
Ooh.
the best fast food sandwich I've ever had.
I will agree that it is the best fast food sandwich I've ever had. I have what is it? It's like this. What is it called? It's like meat and cheese. It's
Like a Philly cheesesteak?
yeah, like a cheesesteak type of thing. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it right now, but yes. Good. Good stuff.
I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I recommended that a long time ago. But I did just toot my own horn. Anyways, go ahead. Firehouse Subs.
So the last one's not for everyone. It's a video game that's very near and dear to me, and that is Terraria. This is, when people describe it, they say it's a 2D Minecraft, which I say is a disservice to Terraria, because it's more than that. It's an adventure game, it's a building game, it's a progression game, it's a survival game, it's whatever you make of it. I have put, God, how many hours that one?
I don't know. Quite a bit.
Quite a bit of hours on PlayStation, PC. I've bought the game twice, people, and I've modded it. I've done like 6 playthroughs of it. It's pretty great. Play the game.
Well, there you go. Jeff likes it so much he'll even join your game, folks. If you guys want to play Terraria, I'm sure he'll want to join.
Yeah, sure. I'll totally play Terraria again.
Jeff is on call 24 hours a day so that you can play Terraria with him. Jeff, you're on call.
Or Valheim. Play Valheim with me. Or Don't Starve together. My friends don't want to play that with me.
All right, Frantic, what's up? What are your 3 recommendations?
All right, my recommendation is to have a place, a movie, and a book.
Oh, what?
So for the place, and this is still one of the most impressive places I've ever been in my life, Zion National Park. If you have not been, even if you don't like being outside, Zion National Park will make your jaw drop. Let's just put it that way. It is incredible. It's quite a sight to see. So yeah, Zion National Park, I recommend it full-heartedly.
What specific area would you recommend?
I would say Angel's Landing if you're particularly adventurous, and people have died climbing that path. But yes, very good stuff.
Every year someone dies there. The Narrows is one of my favorite places in Zion National Park. Yeah, the water goes. It's higher than me, so about 6 feet, 6'2". Just randomly you're walking through a canyon. It's at your ankles, and you keep going. It's at your knees, and all of a sudden you fall in and you can't touch the bottom. It's fucking fantastic, and the water is the coldest shit ever.
Probably refreshing at a time like this.
Well, I couldn't feel my feet, so it's really refreshing.
All right. And for my movie, I wouldn't say this is my favorite movie, but it is one that I've watched recently. It's called Hustle. It's on Netflix by, funny enough, Adam Sandler's in it.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's in it, and this one's actually a good one. So in this movie, it's basically Adam Sandler as a scout for the Philadelphia 76ers, the NBA team. And he's supposed to be like this really, really good guy at his job, and he wants to be a coach, but like the owner of the 76ers that believes in him and like he wanted to promote him from scout to coach. He basically passes away. His son's an asshole. The son's like, "Nah, you're a scout, homie. You need to go find me another good player." And cue in Bo Cruz, which is an actual NBA player called Hernan Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just basically a movie with a bunch of different like NBA current players and past players, and it's actually not cringe, which is, sometimes when you get a movie with a bunch of sports stars and they kind of just feel like they're thrown in just for the sake of it, it kind of feels like whatever. This movie was actually kind of good. It was mostly just him, through all odds, getting an international player to go through and become an NBA player while like saving his own kind of like career and his own aspirations, and also enriching this kid from Spain. And it's kind of a cool movie. If you're really interested in basketball and you want to see kind of a little bit of the behind the scenes of what a scout would go through. Obviously it's exaggerated, but in a lot of ways it just shows you kind of like how the connections work behind the scenes. And if you're not well connected, and even sometimes if you are connected, if you do watch the movie, you'll see that even then it's still not easy.
Is KG in that movie as well?
Kevin Garnett? I don't think I remember seeing him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought this was the second movie that they worked together, because Uncut Gems, he worked with KG.
I didn't watch Uncut Gems. I that's on my to-do list, but
that movie is the greatest, most stressful time. You'll only watch it once, but it's definitely worth the watch.
Cool.
Yeah.
And for my last one, it's a book. One of the few books that I actually read all the way through, that is. It's called 25 Ways to Win with People by John C. Maxwell, and it's a very simple read. Basically, all you're gonna do is all the different. It's 25 chapters because it is 25 ways to win with people, and each chapter is a new like kind of thing that you should do in order to make people like you, basically. And so I'm just gonna like, I don't know, maybe grab a couple. So let's see. So like for example, way number 3, let people know you need them. You have give others a reputation to uphold. You have do for others what they can't do for themselves. You have be the first to help, add value to people, point out people's strengths. It's kind of like little things that seem super obvious, but he basically uses, the book is basically just one huge, like a bunch of different anecdotes for each rule or each way that he's been able to be successful in his life. And it's all like very simple things like remembering people's names, or like within the first 30 seconds, you know, if I remember correctly, it's basically him just saying like use their name, give them a compliment, and ask them like how they're doing within the first 30 seconds. And if you do all these things, basically all these little micro things, people will just generally gravitate towards you because they feel like they feel like they matter to you, and that's like huge, right?
Yeah.
So 25 Ways to Win with People by John C. Maxwell and Les Parrott. It's a good book.
Generally, I don't like that type of book because it manipulates a lot, you know. There's books that like how to have the upper hand in everything, you know, how to be an alpha male, how to do all
The
these,
art of the deal.
the art of the deal, how to be an alpha male. Like it all kind of just manipulates the people around you if you try to be this thing, right? But that's a positive message that the book is trying to like tell you to do. It's first it's an adjustment period for yourself, but at the same time, if you take it to heart and you do really care, you're gonna learn to really care about the people around you. You're not just gonna do these just because you're trying to sway them into liking you. You're eventually gonna uphold these things because they're gonna be a part of you, and it's good. That's really good stuff.
The book is basically just how to make others feel good. So I understand like what your point of like these like gurus or whatever that try to sell you on like buy my program and then you'll be able to close the deal. This one's like not really about closing anything. It's just like, hey, you want people to like you more? These are some things that you can do because, you know, it turns out people just want to be validated. People just want to feel like they belong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are my recommendations.
I enjoy it. Thanks. You guys went above and beyond. This is really cool. I appreciate that. Usually, I know you guys know that I fucking love recommending things to people, and I was like, what if they did it this week? And thanks, guys. That was fucking awesome. I'm hyped. I'm definitely gonna check out Hustle, and might just go fuck around the Firehouse Subs. That's
oh yeah,
it's about the time.
Watch the movie while eating a Firehouse Sub. There you go.
Even better.
I've been meaning to watch it. I recently got into All or Nothing. I'm pretty fucking late to it. But All or Nothing is a documentary series that spends time with a sporting organization, a club, a team, right? So they have one for football and they have one for soccer. I'm watching the soccer documentary ones, and it's pretty phenomenal that you see the struggles, you see the interactions between coach and players during the season, the fallouts, the drama. You'll see it from the inside. It is an all-encompassing, all-year kind of thing, and it's pretty spicy to see all these behind-the-scenes things that are going on in teams around the leagues that you follow. So right now I'm watching the Tottenham one, and they are, they're not necessarily strict rivals to Chelsea, my favorite team, but they are rivals in the sense that they do play in the same city, London. So it's been a blast to kind of just see inside, see the turmoil that I know how that season ended for them, but just walking through the journey with them to see, oh wow, they fired their coach. Oh wow, there's a new coach coming in. He's bringing them new ideas. He's motivating different players. At the end, you see that some players didn't receive him well. They really hated him, and you can see why. You'll see the little things that he'll say to them during the season, like, "Oh, you're fucking lazy in training. Step it up," and he'll laugh about it. But the player really didn't like that, and that was the seed of what led to the destruction in that relationship. And
Did a little pop up occur? He'll remember that at the top.
yeah, it's really fucking fantastic just to see all of this stuff, and it makes me excited as a fan. The football one, I think, would appeal a lot more to, people that listen to our pod. Definitely should check that one out if you're a football fan. And then they're doing NHL and they're doing rugby. So if you're into any of that, check it out. It's really fun.
So kind of on the topic of the UK, do you guys have any desire to visit England any time in your life?
No,
I do.
not really.
That's a nay
I'd
for
rather-
Jeff.
I'd rather visit Ireland.
Ireland, yeah. I can see that. I definitely want to go to the Guinness brewery.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it tastes like a chocolate milkshake over there. Like it tastes completely different.
I definitely
Very
want to go
nice.
to the UK, but once you're there, you're definitely going to visit other places. I mean, it's just a short train or plane ride, right? So, definitely
We have the benefit of, if we ever go to the UK, we can mask being American and just say that we're like Mexican or something, We don't have to mention we're American. We just are very good at speaking English. We just happen to be that way.
Yeah, we learned in Mexico, in Guanajuato. I can't even say it. Guanajuato.
Guanajuato.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Guanajuato.
Just don't say where you're from, Edwin. You'll be straight.
Yeah, I live right next to Parangaricutirimicoro. I know how to say that one.
Oh, there you go. That'll impress the hell out of them.
But yeah, I do want to go to London only for the sense that I want to catch Chelsea at their stadium, Stamford Bridge.
Oh, that was
So-
kind of lit.
So you're telling me Chelsea isn't a city in England? It's just a name.
No, it's a little. What do you call a subsector of a city?
That's
Like,
how
You were gonna say province.
Yeah,
I would just say
wanna
district.
province or district. It's a district
Yeah.
in London. It's a rich district in London.
Hmm.
Kind of like LA has a bunch of districts, and they're called
okay,
different
okay.
things.
Like
yeah.
little Tokyo and
So Chelsea's a district.
little rich people.
Yeah. Fancy rich people, where fashion is. It's pretty much a fashion, like, little subsector. But yeah, I definitely
Yeah, I
want to go
learned.
check out Chelsea, watch them play there. Because if I go to Las Vegas, the Ticketmaster subcharge is bullshit.
Fuck, man. Just thinking about. There's a lot of really crazy sporting events that are going to be happening within the next couple of years. So you have Formula One that's going to be in Vegas, and as much as I want to go, it's going to be absolutely insane and just chaotic. Like just a pure amount of chaos of being in Vegas with like streets closed, the first Formula One race in Vegas ever. It's going to be way too crazy. It's close to us, but it's like, do I really want to be a part of that? I can just watch it at home.
What
And
are the
avoid all of
prices? What are the prices look
They
like?
haven't really, it's the schedule hasn't been out yet, isn't out yet, so nobody really knows the prices, but it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Then you have in 4 years, you have the World Cup coming to the US, Canada, Mexico. Imagine the games that are going to happen at SoFi?
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
you
crazy.
imagine the soccer games in LA? Oh my god! Like it's close, and like we, as much as we would want to be there, do we really want to put up with everything? We might just need to camp out there for like 2 days before the game.
I would definitely want to go there. So, these next 4 years after this World Cup that happens is gonna be spent saving for the next World Cup.
We definitely need to go. 100%. Yeah.
That'd be sick as fuck, dude.
Dude, I'll go to Philadelphia, wherever the fuck.
Oh, you want to go to different states?
Dude?
Nah,
I'm,
fuck
like
that,
something.
dude.
Hey, let's go to. Aren't they playing in Arizona? I think.
Yeah, I would go
Are they?
anywhere as long as I can catch a game.
I think they're playing in
about-
Houston.
Think about how
That's
fast.
that is not that is not close to Arizona.
I think they're playing in Houston. Yeah, I would go to Houston. Fuck Texas, but I'll go to Houston. Definitely would want to go for sure. I don't care where the game that I finally do get a ticket to, because I don't know. I think the tickets are gonna be every 4 years. The United States turns into a thing where they somewhat care about soccer, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we fucking love this thing." Like, oh, it's finally catching traction in the United States, and then everybody forgets about it. So I figure since it's gonna be in the United States, that's gonna be at an all-time high, and getting tickets to anything is gonna be impossible. So wherever I can get a ticket to, I'm going.
Soccer, I can fix soccer right now, dude. Playoffs.
No,
This whole playing a whole season just so the best team can stay at. I get that, right? The best team always wins because they played the games, they win. If you introduce playoffs, more people will care because then the lowest seed can run it and win the championship, and everyone loves an underdog story. That's what makes baseball exciting, football, hockey. Everyone tunes in for the playoffs.
I will say that a lot of people don't. A lot of people that don't watch a single regular season game do tend to tune into at least a single playoff game.
Yeah, like I don't typically watch football, but like I'll always watch the playoffs.
playoffs are such it's an American thing.
Yeah, that's why.
And
So
you
we
want
Americanize.
it to appeal
You
to
Americanize the
Americans.
sport.
Yeah, but it's like
You're just being a purist, dude.
no, it's just if the best team wins every season, that's great. It makes people step up their game.
In
If
soccer,
What do you
the
mean?
champion
You
is
can-
crowned at the end of the season. Whoever had the most points, and that's it, right?
yeah, and at
So
the-
they
boring.
don't have to like go through a tournament to be crowned a champion.
no.
They just
That's
are
boring,
for
dude.
regular season.
Yeah, you just are. You just win.
Yeah, and
That's it.
That's great because mediocrity is you could be mediocre and still win.
Nah,
That's not no,
no.
not really.
No.
No.
You can you could there's
You can
there's
get lucky
been-
a couple of games on the schedule, but
There's
if you're
been
a
NBA
shitty team,
champions.
The player team wins out more often than not.
I mean,
And
The
a
Golden
mediocre
State-
team winning would still be way more hype than just the season's over, this guy's the champion.
the Golden State Warriors. I'm be sacrilegious to the Golden State Warriors and their fans right now. The Golden State Warriors had no business winning this championship.
And yet they did, and that's pretty cool.
That's shitty.
Wait,
Who
how's that
cares?
shitty?
Why? Yeah, why? You get hot at the right time. You play when it matters.
Yeah,
That's
exactly what
you,
it is.
You play the best ball. If you're the best team and you can't win when it matters, you don't deserve to be the champion.
There it is.
But you're the best.
That's my
team.
argument to that.
Why give?
No, you're not. No,
why
you're not
give-
because you couldn't win when it mattered.
Why
So you're
give-
not the best team.
dude. Why give all these mediocre teams a chance?
They're not mediocre.
Why give them a chance? Because they get revenue for being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If a
so
shitty team goes deep, then that's huge for them.
and you can structure the playoffs however you want. Basketball allows 16 out of 32 teams. You don't have to do that. You can allow less than that. So only actual good teams. Only you can make it so only like the top 8 do or the top 4.
There's
you know,
there's playoffs in Mexico and there's playoffs in the MLS. I don't know. It might. I don't know. Like honestly, it might cause it catches the attention of casuals for sure, like you guys said.
it grows the sport.
But I don't think it's as fulfilling for super fans or fans that are there.
It makes super.
regardless.
So in 2004, the Red Sox had no business winning the World Series. They hadn't won in over 100 years, and when they won, it made super fans of the Red Sox. Okay, it grew their franchise. It made them a household name. It put them on the map. And now to this day, they are still a good team. Maybe. Oh, yeah, they're still a good team. So like one championship can change everything.
Well, okay, so I mean, the case of Leicester City in 2015, I want to say, they had just gotten promotion to the Premier League. They had just come from the second division up to the first, and the entire season they were winning against teams that they had no right to win against. They did it during the regular season, the entire season. Every single analyst of like every single time were saying they're going to fall off. They can't keep up this momentum. They fucking won it against all odds, against every single team, right? Whereas everyone was just like, holy shit, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. Now, this team did it the entire season, and to have a tournament dictate at the end of the season how and when you're gonna win, if you're gonna win. Leicester City had a not as deep a squad as Manchester City, as the Chelseas, as like the big names, right? But they fucking did it during regular season. Now, if you did a playoff, you can argue that a better team, better suited for playoffs and tournaments, when they have more quality players on the bench that they can count on, right? When you have a playoff at the end of the season after your regular season, your players can get injured, right? Rich clubs benefit out of that because they have a deeper bench, right? They can bring in substitutions that these substitutions regularly don't get playing time, but they are way better than what Leicester City had on the field. So a playoff would theoretically throw the Cinderella story out the window. You know what I'm saying?
What I will say, one thing is that the fact that this happened with Leicester was like a miracle, really, and like a huge one-off. But what I will say that'll strengthen the argument of not having a playoffs is that it actually makes the regular season matter a little bit more. Because for the most part, people don't care too much about the regular season.
I mean, I think it depends on the sport, right? Because in football, there's only 16 games.
Right.
So every game matters. Well, 17 now. So every game matters. I don't know about basketball. But, I mean, in baseball, it mattered a lot for the Dodgers. Because they had, I think, 106. Well, no, because they had 106 wins. They played the whole season. And they got second place because the Giants had 107 wins. So we were exhausted by the end of the season. We beat the Giants, but we lost to the Braves because we were just exhausted, beat up. And like that mattered in the end, because if we had put the Giants away, then we could have rested our players and had a longer run. Potentially run it back.
Yeah, it's just a lot of logistics and stuff too, because a lot of the monetization and stuff for your specific sport is already kind of like, I'm sure they've done research and they have to do a balancing act between like what makes the most money and how can you uphold like the tradition of the game so that the purists are still happy and that the mega fans are still engaged. It's I mean, we can keep talking about this all night. Like,
I feel like every once in a while we go on a sporting tirade, and some people like that, some people don't.
Well, luckily it's towards the end, so
yeah,
we're good on that end.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to add, or anything? Any
challenges for the week?
Challenges for the week. Do you have one?
Are we doing
Do you have Edwin? Do you have them?
I don't have one right now.
Oh, cool.
But I can think of one by the time that, if you guys can volunteer one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wanted to reward you guys with the opposite of my challenge.
Are you going to say watch another movie?
Yeah, but this time, one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm rewarding you.
Is that
You watch the
lazy?
shitty movie, now watch one of the best movies, dude.
Is that lazy? Do we take that, Frantic?
Technically, I guess it is different. Same but different.
Same but different, dude. Have you guys watched The Godfather? Because if not, that's the real one. Watch The Godfather.
Watch The Godfather?
It's pretty good.
I haven't watched it.
Crime movies, I'm not too keen on. I don't know. Like I know that some of the crime movies are like the best of all time. You got Goodfellas on that list. You got Godfather. I don't know. I'm not too keen on crime movies.
That's all I watch.
Hmm.
Yeah, watch The Godfather, guys.
So watch
You
it.
should watch it.
So we're giving that one to Jeff. Watch a good movie. Watch the best
Watch
movies
The
of all time.
Godfather. His challenge is to watch The Godfather specifically.
So okay, watch The Godfather. All right.
If you haven't seen it, if you have, then choose something else, something just as good. Bonus points if you watch Godfather too.
Okay. What about you, Frantic? Do you have one?
Let's see. What would be a good challenge? Something that'll get you guys to go outside. Let me think.
That's not gonna happen.
Damn. How about you play a sport?
Is skating a sport?
The skating count?
If that's the sport you guys want to do, go for it.
All right, that's pretty. It's a point in my bag. I will say. All right, so Jeff has been like his family's been babysitting a family member, right? A baby,
Okay.
a little kid. And then you, Frantic. I don't know, but I think I could say buy a toy from your youth. Just recently I mentioned Mighty Beans to somebody.
Oh,
and
the
it
Mighty Beans.
Threw me, the Mighty Beans, and then there was these things called Mighty Bones as well. There were these shitty toys, right? That they were really hot during our time. So I don't know. Purchase.
So like a show and tell with the nostalgia toy.
Yeah, bring a nostalgia toy, right? Just it doesn't have to be a huge purchase, just a tiny little purchase of whatever.
I have to buy something. I can't just break out one of my old toys.
You can't just say tech deck and bring one, right? Because I just recently bought a tech deck, and yeah, it's cool and all, but
I can't break out my Dwayne The Rock Johnson action figure that already has the eyebrow tilted upwards.
I could say either buy it for yourself for the show and tell, or you can buy it for somebody else and say, hey, I gifted somebody this whatever, Beyblade, something. We should bring Beyblades back, by the way. But yeah, just get a nostalgic toy and bring it for show and tell. You know what? You don't have to buy
What
it.
if I make it? What if we make it like I buy a toy for Jeff and he buys a toy for me?
Oh shit, that's fun. Okay. It doesn't have to be expensive, Jeff. It could be a couple bucks.
Bro, I don't have a job right now, homie.
It could be like $3 or $4, dude.
Fine, just bust out your Dwayne The Rock Johnson action figure, whatever.
It's a pretty great action figure.
I do like the idea of gifting each other a nostalgic toy, though, and I don't think he wants to gift you Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I wouldn't know what to give Frantic.
Dude, it could be anything. Just bring back the nostalgia. Get him some Mighty Beans, something. I don't know. It'll be fun.
Well, that'll bring us to the end of the episode then, boys. That'll be yeah, we've ranted long enough.
Yeah, I think we blacked out during the sports talk, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went on a while.
All right. It brings us to you can reach us to our all right, let's reset.
Yeah, run it back.
Recenter. Let's run it back. without
You just have
playoffs.
to maintain. You gotta stay focused. You gotta execute.
You gotta execute. Yes. Thank you, Frantic. You can reach us at our website, tiltednonabsurd.com, or at our Instagram. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Remember to join us to share your questions and voice your thoughts on what has you tilted, not stirred. Bye.
Have you guys thought about like enunciation?
All the time, dude. When you speak Spanish, I always imagine like if you would put the accent on a different vowel, how would the word sound?
For me, it's like, do I slur? Do I slur the entire time I'm doing this podcast?
Probably.